This video is sponsored by Tokyo Treat and Sakurako, monthly Japanese snack subscription boxes.
浅野山は外出が禁止されている期間に接待を伴う飲食店に複数回出入りしていたなどとして
During the pandemic, the Japan Sumo Association handed down suspensions to 3 of its top stars. Maegashira wrestler Abby ranked 5th, Ryuden ranked Maegashira 10, and Asanoyama, who held the highly regarded title of Ozeki. All 3 wrestlers were caught breaking COVID protocols when Japan was in a lockdown. The harshest punishment, a 6-tournament ban, was given to Ozeki Asanoyama, one of the biggest blows to sumo's top ranks since the Mongolian Yokozuna scandals. Just missing 1 tournament can devastate a sumo wrestler's career. Because sumo is a long game, the consequence of sitting out tournaments in sumo isn't just missing a shot for the tournament championship. If you can read Japanese, you'll be able to read the name of every person who is a professional sumo wrestler in Japan and what rank they have in this one piece of paper. The ranking basically dictates every aspect of a sumo wrestler's life, from the money he receives to living arrangements to even the clothes he can wear. In every tournament, a sumo wrestler aims to do 2 things: win their division championship, and if that doesn't happen, at least get majority wins in the 15-day tournament, incur majority losses, or pull out entirely from matches, and the wrestler automatically gets demoted to a lower rank. Abby, Ryuden, and Asanoyama all started out here, the top division, and because of their tournament suspensions, they progressively fell down the divisions. Abby, at the end of his suspension, ended up in Makushita 56, somewhere around here. That's a loss of 114 ranks and a relegation of 3 divisions, while Ryuden ranked Makushita 47 after being suspended for 3 tournaments. Unsurprisingly, when the suspension ended for Abby and Ryuden, they easily overpowered their opponents in the low divisions, even winning the division championships along the way. But with Abby reaching the top division again, becoming tournament runner-up twice in a row, and reaching his highest rank yet, it's beginning to appear that the 3 tournament suspension for Abby was more of a gift than a punishment.
People don't understand. We go on tour. We don't have a season off season. It's like my fingers all broken and my shoulders all screwed up. My both knees are bad. You know, and your body takes a toll. But that's where it separates the men and the boys, because the guys who can handle it and fight through the pain and just go through it, it's the real warriors of sumo, because not everybody can make it. 80%, 90% ain't gonna make it.
Out of the 42 active wrestlers in the top division of sumo, half of them had sustained at least 1 serious injury in their professional career. 14 out of the 24 sumo wrestlers have suffered a ligament tear to their knees. A wrestler, no matter what injuries he has sustained in the last tournament, must compete in the next one 8 weeks later, else they risk falling from their rank. What's even crazier is that in sumo, it's more than common and even a norm to compete in the tournament with an active injury.
They don't want to lose their rank. It means money, especially if you're at the bottom of judo. You don't want to go back into that abyss where you start earning nothing.
I busted my knee, I busted my fingers, you know, I see guys broken their noses. It's an instant contact. Anything can happen, you know. So I saw guys who get knocked out right at the first hit because they come so low, your opponent comes so low that they hit you with their foreheads, they hit you in the jaw and you actually knock out. And those injuries, you can actually break a leg, because when you get knocked out, your body just releases and everything just bends, you know. So, you know, it's something that you always got to be aware 24/7. Once you get up there, it's either you and him. There's no ifs and buts about it. And I want to be the guy who killed the guy.
If you look into the sumo wrestlers' tournament records at the time they got injured, it does seem like there is a culture of disregard for proper injury care in the sport. Ozeki Takakesho, who holds sumo's second highest rank, tore the ligament on his right knee on day 5 in a tournament in May 2019. He returned to the competition just 3 days later, which expectedly only did further damage to his knee. His coach ultimately announced that his injury became too serious that the wrestler had to withdraw for the next tournament in July.
If the doctor has advised for ligament injury treatment without surgery, then it would usually take about at least a minimum of 6 weeks for the healing to occur. This is mostly in terms of the medial collateral ligament injuries, which are usually treated without surgery. So for injuries such as these, which are non-operatively managed, it would take about 6 weeks to 3 months for the ligaments to heal. For post-op scenario wherein such as an ACL injury or a medial collateral ligament injury, which we operate, it would take probably about 6 weeks to 3 months for the healing to start and to progress considerably. For an anterior cruciate ligament or an ACL injury, the injury process would take about 6 weeks to 3 months for it to heal. Although the graft healing would take up to about 9 months to 1 year. That's the reason we advise patients to restart any sporting activities only after about 9 months to 1 year, because the full time to healing for the graft in the tunnel would take probably approximate up to a year.
None other than the top wrestlers of sumo, those who hold the rank of yokozuna, could be a better poster child for miraculous comebacks. Terunofuji, the only active yokozuna of sumo today, sat out for 4 tournaments to heal a meniscus tear to his knee. He fell all the way down almost to the bottom division of sumo, only to climb his way back up to the top, finally reaching the rank of yokozuna that some say he wouldn't have had if not for his injury. When I was researching about who had injuries in the top division of sumo, I was shocked to see how most of these wrestlers come back just days after their injuries. Takanosho, with an ACL injury, came back after 5 days. Meisei injured his upper left arm days before the tournament and still competed, only to withdraw again because obviously his injury hasn't fully healed yet. Endo ruptured his anterior cruciate ligaments in his knee that damaged the lateral meniscus in March 2015, and he opted out of surgery because he knew that if he did, he would have to sit out the tournament in May. This is a story you see all throughout the top division. This can be, and probably might be, career-ending injuries. But you see these sumo wrestlers coming back after days to compete again. That's just insanity.
Sumo's been going a long time, but they kind of stand there looking clueless every time something happens. So they've realized that they've had to actually do something.
It's pretty much common to see sports change and adapt when they prove something is indeed harmful. Studies can be conducted more accurately, thus the sport should evolve to become safer over time. So for a 1,000-year-old sport like sumo, surely it's been moving towards a safer environment.
They have made a few changes where they wrote in a clause in the case of an injury such as a head collision during the tachiai, which is the initial charge, a referee can declare an injured rikishi unfit to wrestle and pull him out of the bout, and it results in a default loss, which is a fusensho. So people might remember, I think it was day 2 with Enho versus Takagenji in July 2021. He was smashing the hell out of him, a few uppercuts and things like that, and he was deemed unfit to continue. Enho thought there was a bit of miscommunication, but it was quite clear that he wasn't with it. He even tripped heading back up to the dohyo to bow. So it was good to see them actually doing something about it.
I'm not a doctor or a sumo expert. I just like watching it. And it's above my pay grade to be suggesting what the Japan Sumo Association should do so that the health of the wrestlers could be at the forefront of sumo. But what I can say is that because of the current attitude of sumo towards injuries, the sport is not performing at 100%. Because most of these wrestlers are nursing injuries because they weren't given enough time to heal or be taken care of. I mean, if you want to heal a ligament tear in 6 to 8 weeks, that just seems quite impossible.
For me, think about it as like a racing car. You might have the fastest racing car, but the tire blew or something, or the engine blew. It's kind of puts everyone else at a disadvantage if you think that, oh, this was the best car, it should have won, it should keep its position in the rankings. So same if a rickshaw that we like gets injured in a spectacular fashion, then we would like that person to not be penalised by it. But all the others around that are healthy and want to keep going, they shouldn't be disadvantaged by somebody keeping their spot on the rankings. So it is the survival of the fittest. That sounds brutal, but every time I ask this question to a friend of mine, he goes, "This is sumo, mate." He just says, "Yeah, nosebleeds, we don't worry about it." And if they were scared, they wouldn't get up into the ring.
Yokozuna Hakuho and now Yokozuna Terunofuji have the privilege of sitting out a tournament without having their ranks affected. But everybody else down the line has to push themselves even amidst an injury. Will it come to a point where the best way to heal is to simply get suspended? It's obviously done well for Abby and Ryuden. And when Ozeki Asanoyama comes back this July 2022, it's a near guarantee he'll come back stronger. He might even reach Yokozuna. A big thank you to our sponsors, Tokyo Treats and Sakurako monthly Japanese subscription boxes that come with a different theme every month. This month is quite exciting because it's finally springtime here and I get to enjoy the cherry blossom in front of our house with my spring-themed snack boxes, which were delivered straight from Japan. Our sponsors offer two kinds of snack boxes. The Tokyo Treats box, which is filled with popular snacks that are exclusive to Japan, and my personal favorite, the Sakurako box, which is full of traditional Japanese snacks made for a lovely spring tea time. The boxes always come with a small magazine that explains the different snacks you get every month, and it also gives extra details on the monthly theme. So far, after receiving 2 snack boxes, my favorite is the Daifuku, which comes in the Sakurako box. Last month, it came in a Sakura flavor, and this month, it's the delicious matcha flavor. And of course, I always make sure to share these with my friends and my family. I think it's one of the best things about the snack boxes. And it's just a fun experience for us to discover the different tastes that we've never really tried before. It's always a surprise whether we like it or not. We rate it. It's a really great experience. So I'm definitely going to save these to eat during the upcoming basho. And I'm going to definitely watch that with my Sumo Fantasy League buddies with our Tokyo Treats and Sakurako boxes so that we can snack away as we cheer on our favorite injured wrestlers. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. I hope that you share this video. It was so much fun to make, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!